Good afternoon, everyone. You are tuned in to Shantiera and Teens with Voices, and we have a great show for you today. We have Alexia in the building. She will be promoting her brand with all of us today, so we're super excited about that. But before we get into any of that, we first want to start off with our hot topics. Yeah, our hot topics. We'll start off with that first. Okay, so I am so excited right now. It was actually a few weeks ago, actually, but Chance the Rapper hosted Saturday Night Live, and I was so here for it. Oh my gosh, he did an amazing job. He was hilarious. He did like this little video tribute thing to President Obama. And he was in it with like Keenan from Keenan and Kel, and like it was, oh my god, it was hilarious. I loved it. I was so here for it. I love seeing him hosting Saturday Night Live. Like literally,
go ahead.
Literally, if he was to host it every single time, I would actually watch it. Like I loved him. People always ask me who did I like more, Tiffany or Shans, and I'm like, well, obviously Shans.
No offense, Tiffany. I think it was a really different side of him too. Like we always see, he was always out there in the community working with young teens and everything and making music. But the funny side of him, I love the funny side of him. We need to see more of the funny side.
He's hilarious. I don't know. I just like him all over, but he's great. Kendall Jenner in the modeling industry. Kendall Jenner has been named the highest paid model in 2017. She's made over $22 million with her endorsements. And I don't know, like a lot of people hate on the Kardashian and Jenner family. But you know, I like them personally. I mean, I don't know. I feel that they are very smart businesswomen. I mean, despite what they did in the past or what they did to start.
Everyone's always saying that they just have things given to them. They don't really have to work towards. I don't think that's necessarily true.
No, I mean, they, like I said, they're very smart businesswomen. They all have their own business, whether it's modeling or makeup, hair, whatever. So I don't think they have anything given to them. In the beginning, you know, they had their dad who was the lawyer or something like that. But I mean, that still doesn't mean that they had anything given to them. They still had to work as hard as everybody else because, you know, they did come from a pretty wealthy family in the beginning. But I mean, I still think that they, for what they had to work for.
Right.
So whatever.
To them, you know, they're doing their thing.
They are.
Even though everyone's talking about how, like, the whole family's pregnant. But.
Oh, yeah, I know. I heard, what was it? It was like Kylie
and Chloe
and then now Kim.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, I personally, I just think that people need to stop hating on the Kardashians and stop hating on the Jenners because they're doing what they got to do despite what they did in the past. That's a different story. But I mean, now it is what it is. I think the whole thing that I'm starting to realize is the idea of generational wealth. I was listening to Les Brown, who is a very famous motivational speaker. And so I listened to a lot of his work and stuff like that. And he was saying how he built this type of, to you know, kind of say empire. He built this program where now it's not just him who is benefiting from the wealth and benefiting from his speakings, but it's now his family. Then I was listening to Floyd Mayweather, and he was preaching the same thing. He was like, I'm trying to create generational wealth. I have enough money, not just for myself.
Everyone's always talking about how he's really selfish with it. And I didn't know that he was doing that.
Yeah. So that's kind of what he's trying to do. And I mean, I think it's a good idea to try to create that generational wealth because starting a business or creating an idea and then having that idea be so big to the point where you're able to provide for generation after generations, like that's literally what we should be doing because nobody really wants to work for anyone. I mean, if you have to, you got to because you got to pay your bills.
Exactly.
But nobody wants to work for anyone. A lot of people this day and age especially like to have their own businesses and stuff like that. So it's important to kind of create that thing where not only is it benefiting you, but it's benefiting generations.
Right.
So that's really cool. Now moving into music. Tamar and Vince. There has been so many stories going around with Tamar and Vince. It is horrible. So as we all know, they are going through the whole divorce stage. Now we have Mama Evelyn She is out in the public eye, and she is basically going to interviews and speaking
Talking
to
about it.
TMZ, and she's talking about their whole entire divorce, their whole entire situation. So now she was on a show with Selena Johnson. She was a singer, and I think it's a few other people who host the show. Basically, where she was on there, and they were talking about how there was one incident where Vince actually became aggressive towards Evelyn.
Oh.
And now Evelyn is the mom. So I guess Tamar and Vince, they were arguing or whatever. And I guess it was getting pretty physical. So Mama Ev, she stepped in and she was like, no, like, this is not what we're going to do. Like,
Right.
this is not okay. You need to chill out. And then he started getting aggressive towards Evelyn, started charging at Evelyn. So Evelyn claims that she had to run into a room with Tamar's son, Logan. She had to close the door and she kind of had to barricade, like put a chair by the door so he couldn't come in.
Right.
And I'm just like, this is getting a little too out of hand now. At first, I was thinking this is just publicity, like, you know how T.I. and
yeah,
Tiny,
like a stunt.
yeah. And now I see, I'm just like, well, the mom, I don't think she would go on of these claims,
especially if it involves her grandson.
Exactly. And I'm just like, she's very like Christian like, and I've never noticed for her to like that. So I don't know. I'm thinking it might be real. And
I pray it's not, because that's not really anything to play about. Especially her daughter's marriage, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, with her son-in-law, that's something different. I mean, he's a different story. I don't think she'll be that immature about it. Yeah, might bring more, what do you call it?
Publicity.
Yeah, more publicity to them. More publicity to them, but I don't think that's the case.
I don't either. And then, I mean, I don't know. It's a hard situation because I want to believe that he was not abusing her. Watch the show. I watch the show every Thursday. If you watch the show, a little off to me. Like, I felt like their relationship never was
that connected, or
it wasn't really that connected. It wasn't really how I pictured it. I mean, you know, they have like this beautiful home, like 10,000 square feet, 10,000 plus square feet. And, you know, they have this life that they're trying to create. But I think that somewhere deep inside, it's always been friction. I look back at like Beyonce and Jay-Z. And Jay-Z
they were nowhere near perfect.
Love each other like that much.
Really, to this day?
I don't. I think that it's a business investment. I always call their relationship a business investment. People obviously want to kill me for that, but
I mean, I heard people say they're one of the most highest paid couples anyway.
Yeah, because it's a business investment.
Right.
Like, they're not really in that. I don't. That's just my opinion. I don't think they're really in it for the love. I think they're in it because you always hear Beyonce, Jay-Z. They're a power couple. They are billionaires. So I don't know. I think a lot of when you're dealing with Hollywood, a lot of times it's not really true love. It's not really real love. It's just always like, even I know with some YouTube couples, it's all about
Chris
getting likes.
For
it's
example.
all about, and it's all about that kind of publicity that they get. They get money together, so they got to stay together. It's tough. I know that just from what I hear, all the glitz and glam and fame,
it's not really what it seems.
No, it's
because material things don't mean anything. If it's not there in the heart, it's just not there, and it's gonna eventually it'll fail. I mean, to me, because something fake can't last forever in my eyes. So
that is true. That is very true. Meanwhile, all of this is going on. Mama Evelyn going through interviews and stuff like that.
I don't think she should be talking about it anyway.
No. And Tamar is living her life. She just actually modeled for the Vogue magazine. She had a great shoot.
Oh, I didn't know she modeled.
Yeah, she's modeling and everything, so it's really nice. Anyway, going back to music. Rihanna's uncle has been charged with selling knockoff Puma shoes.
Yeah, in her hometown.
Yes, of her line. And I'm just like, how you gonna sell a knockoff of your niece's shoes? Like, that's just all type of wrong.
Be your own people, I tell you. Wow.
I was like, really? Like, come on now. You can at least sell the brand. Like, that's just crazy to me. I don't know. It just goes back to the whole bootleg thing. I know when people used to sell, I guess they still do, I don't know, sell bootleg movies and CDs and stuff like that. Like, come on now. Don't do that to people. But anyway, Tyrese, he is back. I don't know if he has custody. I'm not going to say he has custody because I don't know.
But he's been reunited with his daughter.
He has, yes. But he has been ordered by the court. He cannot spank her anymore. Problem in the whole entire situation, you know, abuse, I guess. Spanking is abuse, whatever. But yeah, so now he has been ordered that he can't spank her or anything, but he is still allowed to see her visitation rights and stuff like that. So Luckily, so he don't have to make no more crying Instagram videos, because that was not
That
his
was
thing.
really embarrassed. I felt embarrassed for him. That's kind of weird. Like,
yeah. Twitter and everyone did not take that too well, but now I don't know if you've been in the loop with all of the sexual assaults and every celebrity coming out in the news.
Me and my mom always talks about this. Everyone's coming out all of a sudden saying this director, this actor, this politician has been sexually assaulting women. I mean, how come it's coming out so big now? I know the Bill Cosby thing's been going on for years and years and years, but now all these other people are coming out trying to admit. Do you believe?
Well, I mean, that's a hard one. That's a really hard even bring up or mention. I mean, I don't know. I think some of the people who have came out and said that they were sexually assaulted, I do believe them.
Yeah, because even some of the people who did it apologized.
Yes.
So
I don't think that all these people, going back, I am in school, I'm taking psychology classes, and I'm learning about all this type of stuff. So when somebody is sexually assaulted, right away. And I know a lot of people are thinking, well, like, it's been 20 years, it's been 10 years, it's been 5 years. What's the big deal? The thing is, though, it's hard to prove it now, because it's like you didn't tell when it happened. You waited 5, 10, 15 years. So now that evidence is gone.
Like, I know rapes barely are even reported nowadays. So yes, with me, I don't want to say, oh, that's not true, because that's not anything to play about saying that's not true, because I wouldn't know. That's exactly what happens when someone says they are sexually assaulted. People don't believe them. But it's really weird to me how everyone's coming out together saying that all these allegations and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of.
But if you think about it, it's kind of just like when one person does something, it kind of breaks the barrier. And so it's like, okay, if you did it, if you're speaking out about it, then I have the courage to speak out about it too. And I have the courage to speak out about it too. So there's a lot. I mean, even men are coming out and they're just like, this isn't just happened to women. Like, I'm a man. Terry Crews, who is an actor, he says that he was weird way in front of his wife by a director. Crazy. Terry Crews, I don't know if you watched Family Matters, but the brother said that he was abused as well on set.
By another man?
Yes, by the director. So there's some men coming out now. There's, of course, the latest one that I heard was Gabby Douglas.
Really?
Gabby Douglas, yeah, she's saying that she was touched inappropriately by the gymnastics coach. So I don't know. It's
coach?
Just, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, but you never know. Just what we were saying. All the glitz and glam is not what it seems. You never know what happens behind closed doors. So, I mean, people in power sometimes feel like, oh, well, I have the power. I'm cutting your check. So if you really want this role, you're going to do this.
Yeah, because I heard back then they were saying that's what the women felt like was right. In order for me to get this job, I have to take it and I have to accept it. So that's another part too. Kind of sad.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, these people who are so thirsty and so willing to, just want to be successful, they got taken advantage of. And I mean, it's just so sad. These directors who have been doing these movies for so long, who have taken advantage of these young actresses and actors, it's a shame. And I'm glad that people are actually finally stepping out and they're actually telling us what happened. Because now, if you are a young female, if you are trying to break out into that industry,
you know what to watch out for.
Exactly. Now you know, like, I have to hold my ground. And if it's something that I don't want to do, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's really great. Now, my last celebrity hot topic, I have to think about what I was saying. My last celebrity hot topic that we're going to talk about is the Serena Williams wedding. She got married. She looked beautiful. I loved her wedding, and here's why. She did not do too much. Now, if you watch the Gucci Mane, yes, and Keisha K, I loved her wedding. Now, Walking on Diamonds, honey, yes, I am here for it. But I do like how Serena Williams, she still had a nice event. She had her friends out. She didn't do too much. It still looked like, I guess for rich people, a regular rich people wedding. Yeah. So it was nice. Now, what caught me off guard, though, was that Beyonce and Kim Kardashian, they were actually together.
Yeah, people were saying they were trying to keep their distance. I don't know what they were talking about. Like, why? What's the situation with them?
Well, oh my God, this goes back so long. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. But Kanye, as you know, Kanye and Jay-Z, they were friends and everything. Yeah. Everything was great. Guess there was a friction between the two wives did not like each other. And so it's kind of just like when your wives don't like each other, it's hard for you all to coexist.
To work together too.
Exactly, because if the wife happy wife, happy life. So if the wife don't like it, it's not gonna work out. So that's kind of where the friction started. Okay. And I believe that Kanye West went on stage one time and he basically was talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce and Blue. And that's when Jay was like, dude, you can't bring my family into this.
Especially
like,
we had
exactly. Like we've had our beef, but now since you brought my family into it, that's a problem. On Jay-Z's new album, he's talked about the beef between Kanye and everything, about how he needs help. And I don't know, it's been a huge riffraff, but it's always been a problem between Beyonce and Kim because Beyonce doesn't really care for Kim too much. Mm-hmm. She feels like she is a bad influence, something like that, to those extent. So that's always been a problem. But I'm like, how do you hate on Kim Kardashian song coming out with Cardi B?
Like, did the same things that Kim Kardashian used to do.
I'm just like, I don't know, whatever. I'm not really here for Beyonce anyway, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I haven't really been keeping up with her lately.
No, well, she's been really quiet, I guess, because of her twins. Yeah, she got 3 kids now, so a little bit low key. But that is it for our hot topics. Thank you for watching. When we come back, we will talk about our weekly recap, so stay tuned. Yeah. And Teens with Voices, and now we're gonna get quickly into our weekly recap. All right, so now my week, I guess my past 2 weeks, because we haven't been on in a minute, but it was great. I just went to an event. It was called the Princess Within Foundation Girls Conference, and there I spoke about the Miss Destiny pageant, and so it was really cool. I got a lot of girls who were interested. I got a lot of girls this time. It was a really nice event. I was there speaking on self-esteem. And I don't know, it's just always have people who hear you speak and then they always tell you how much of an impact that you made on them. I mean, I don't know. My mom always tells me that, everybody's not saying this for just no reason. Like, if you're good at it, they're going to say it. So I don't know. It was just great. I had a really nice time meeting everybody and speaking to everybody. It was more of an intimate setting. So I was able to really connect with the girls more. So it was really nice.
Were you at a school?
It was like a classroom, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, with me, family, but in regards to that, I'm working on, I'm not going to say too much, but I am working on something for my Daria Jordan brand and, something for myself. And I'm really happy to announce it very soon. But just stay tuned because, I've kind of been planning and plotting. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now.
Oh, before I forget too. If you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to Shani Spills the Tea on YouTube. Every first letter should be capitalized.
Do that.
And make sure you stay in tune with all of my videos.
So is it just celebrity news? And
it's a little bit of celebrity news, advice, stuff like that. I made a video about a day ago or so, and I got some people to comment asking for me to talk about topics and stuff like that. So I've been doing that for now. But once I learn how to edit everything in, get my videos right, then I will go into the celebrity news. So
cool.
I'm excited about that. I always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but just because I was like, no one's gonna watch and it's gonna be bad and all that type of stuff. But the first video got like almost 300 views already. So I mean, it's not a ton, but it's more than I thought. I thought I was gonna have like 3. So 300 was really good for me.
That's really good, yeah.
So that's nice. So make sure if you are on YouTube, just go ahead and subscribe. Again, it's Shani Spills the Tea. There we go. Got anything else that you did?
No, not that I can think of. No. I'm gonna leave it at that. No.
That's it? Okay. Well, that's it for our weekly recap. When we come back, we will have our guests on. So stay tuned. We're tuning back into Shantier and Teens with Voices, and we have our beautiful guest. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Alexia, and I am the CEO of It's More Than Hair, which is a newly founded hair product that makes organic hair gel right now.
What inspired you to create?
So initially, I learned about through YouTube, and then I grew up with perm hair, and then I decided to go natural after seeing, inspiring natural hair on YouTube. And then my aunt showed me a few of her little hacks in the kitchen, how to like DIY, your natural hair to help it grow and keep it healthy and stuff. When she showed me that, she helped me make my natural flaxseed hair gel, and then and my self-confidence actually improved after discovering, appreciating my biology, because it's no secret that today lots of African American features are not appreciated in society. So coming to like realize that biology is worth something, I am worth something, and I appreciate my features. And then I made this hair gel, and now I embrace my natural hair.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what products do you use in your hair gel?
So the hair gel, it's a water base. People, when they actually buy it, they're like, oh, is it supposed to be so liquidy? It's a water base that helps like hydrate your hair. That's the purpose of it.
Because it doesn't stick to the bottle.
Yeah. So it's water based, flax seeds, of course, because it's flaxseed gel. And then put some essential oils in there, some lemon fragrance, so it can have like a citrusy smell. And that's pretty much.
So, awesome. Do you use? I know you use it on your hair, right? Does it improve your hair? Like, what I'm trying to say, does it grow your hair really quickly, or does it depend on their hair texture?
So it took me a while to actually learn that when it comes to hair growth, your hair, everyone's hair grows differently, but at the same rate. I believe it's like 1/4 to half an inch a month, I believe. And so when it comes to growing your hair grows well. It's just that you have to retain the hair that you have already out of, your hair follicles. So this gel, what it does, it actually coats your hair. So when you put it on, it's like a thick, mucousy, that's why it's so liquidy. And you put it on your hair, and then when it dries, it's kind of like a coat for your hair. It protects your ends that usually break off. Like if you ever comb your hair in the morning, small hair that breaks off on your bathroom sink or something, that's because the hair that is already grown isn't being retained well enough. So that's what this does. It moisturizes your hair and retains everything that you already have.
So for anybody wanting to know what makes your hair care product different from all the others.
So my number one, the number one thing that I take pride in is the fact that it's all natural. Everything in this hair gel is something that is none of the chemicals that you read on the back of Eco Styling Gel, or even American food that you don't know what you're eating or what you're putting in your hair. You pay $15 for a can of a jar of gel, and you don't even know what it is.
It might break off your hair too.
And it breaks off your hair. A lot of this stuff has parabens and stuff, and it all breaks off your hair. You don't know, and then people are like, well, I don't know why my hair's falling out, because you're using stuff you don't even know what it is. So everything is natural. Yeah, everything is natural, and I mean, anything from nature, pretty much, yeah, it's gonna nourish your hair very well.
Awesome. So now, how can someone get your hair gel?
So the number one way to get the hair gel now is through the newly launched website. It's called itsmorethanhair.org. And on that website, right now, there are two options to buy the hair gel. You can get a large jar or you can get a small jar, and then your cart, and then shipping is within a week.
Is it difficult to make this stuff?
So it is, because everything is made by hand by me. So everything is made by hand. So that means I have to labor in the kitchen, because it's organic stuff that I have to buy from, grocery stores in the organic section. And I have to make it for everyone who orders. So if you order a 16-ounce jar, my love is poured into that jar because I made it by myself.
Well, I know hopefully in the future your brand will grow, and so then you can have people working for you.
Exactly. For you. Yeah. Hopefully I haven't actually. So I thought about the future and where if the company gets really huge, where that would go. But yeah, that's.
So what advice would you give to someone who is wanting to start their own?
So my advice would be to try it on yourself first, because you really do have to know where you're selling to people. You can't just claim that, oh, it's all natural if it's really not all natural. Try it on yourself, try it on your family members, what people say about it. Is the number one to learn to accept and appreciate, even if it's bad criticism. You have to learn to appreciate it and take that and do something with it. So be appreciative of criticism, make sure you know what you're selling, and then don't let anyone stop you from doing what you want to do, from going where you want to go in life. There's always going to be some sense of doubt. No one's 110% confident in what they do. Just take the confidence that you do have and run with it. So that's
good advice. That is good advice. So for me, I want to know, because I have a problem with breakage.
Okay.
I really have a problem with breakage. Like when I wash my hair, it's just so much breakage, so much damage. So do you have any tips or anything to prevent that?
So in regards to in general. Okay. So my number one thing, I stop breakage with moisturizing the ends of your hair. So a lot of people don't understand that when you moisturize your hair, you need to make sure that you don't just get the middle of your hair. You have to get the entire shaft of your hair. Yeah. You have to get the ends, because as mentioned earlier, that's the part of your hair that breaks off, and that's why your hair doesn't go past your shoulders per se, So moisturize your ends, and then, when you wash your hair in the shower or in the sink, however you wash your hair, make sure, like, when you shampoo, give your scalp a nice massage, and make sure you deep condition whatever you can. And I do a lot of protective styling as well. Do twists and a bun, do a ponytail, and then later on 2 braids, but just don't wear your hair out if you don't have to. Especially in Chicago, the weather is horrible, So.
Now, I know it is a concern, because sometimes people want to wear, I know especially for a lot of little Black girls, they want to wear their natural hair, but then they're afraid of the judgment and what people will say. So what advice would you give to someone who's wanting to start their natural hair care journey but is scared?
I'm going to start, it's 2 ways I would separate this. I'm going to give tips for a transitioner and then tips for an actual natural. Thing is when you go from relaxed hair to your natural hair. And then in that period, I would say try not to wear your natural hair out, like, do protective styles a lot. And then when your natural hair comes in nice and healthy and moisturized and stuff, then you can cut the your hair. And then for all of my naturals, I would say don't worry about, I know it's easier said than done, but don't worry about what people in society think. It's no other way to be a Black woman, or even a Black male if you want to grow your hair out. Like, it's no other way to live within society. There's so many incidences, like, where we're not appreciated, where our biology is not even on television. Like, I don't remember the last time I saw a natural hair, So when we aren't embraced in society, you have to find ways to inspire yourself and motivate yourself. Like, look at yourself in the mirror every day and say, you know, my hair is beautiful. You know, I can wear my hair out. Like, taking care of your hair. Like, not everyone's gonna understand your journey or what you think of yourself. So just for a woman of conviction and embrace yourself.
Because regardless of what hairstyle you have, if you have braids, a sew-in, relaxed hair, or even, you know, your afro, people are gonna talk. Yeah. They're gonna say anything they want. So at least give them something to talk about. Rock your hair with even more confidence. It's gonna make them even more mad, just to show that you're still confident no matter what anyone says. Personally, I like to change my hair up, but mostly I wear my natural hair, but I do like to change my hair up. And everyone, especially at school, they like to knock you down. Yeah. I don't let it get to me. I know it's easier said than done, like you said, but you know, you can do it.
And then another thing, there's no such thing as good hair. That's the number one thing I had to overcome.
Everyone has different hair.
I have one of the tightest natural hair curl patterns out there, and sometimes I get so frustrated with my hair. Like, it's nothing I can do with it. I just throw the comb and brush and just go back in my room. Like, there's no such thing as good hair according to society, but in reality, there's no such thing as good hair, because the way you were supposed to be made. And if your hair stands up higher than anything you've ever seen in your life, then that's what's supposed to happen, and you're supposed to embrace it and love it. And
most definitely. Now, going back to the representation of natural hair in the media and stuff like that, I don't know if you all watched, but last year, 2 years ago, in the Miss USA pageant, there was actually the winner. She was African American, and she walked out with her natural hair. Now, it wasn't a curl pattern or anything. It was just a full-on afro. And that so important to a lot of Black girls who are in pageants, because it showed that representation of natural hair. And then the following year, another girl was crowned, and she had natural hair as well. So I think now we're starting to become a little bit more accepting to natural hair, which is so important.
Yeah, so I totally agree with that. Yeah, and it helps, regardless of what people say. Like, it helps to see someone who looks like you on television, in the media.
Yes,
you know,
something
it
to
helps.
relate to. Yes.
Yeah, it's just like going to school. It helps to see people who look like you. You know. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Now, I had a question about this product.
Oh, flaxseed hair gel.
Okay, so does it curl your hair when you apply it? Or
so what the product does is, so you need to full on wash your hair, and I recommend deep conditioning, but not everyone has time to deep condition. So wash and condition your hair, and then apply the product on your hair while it's wet, preferably not towel dried or t-shirt dried. However you dry your hair, don't dry your hair. Because what this product does, while your hair is wet, especially as a natural, your curls or coils are very, very they're very defined and stuff because of the water, and it's hydrated. And so this gel clumps together those curls already. So it clumps together whatever pattern your hair has. And then as it dries, depending on your hair, like when I first put this on, my hair was very heavy. But because of my texture, it plumps up and it comes out, and then, you know, my coils separate, or however it happens. But it clumps your hair together, and that's what it does. It doesn't curl your hair, it doesn't straighten your hair, it doesn't loosen your curl pattern or tighten your curl pattern. It just clumps your hair together, so you can see the potential in your hair. That's what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
This sounds like a great product. I'm over here like, oh my God, let me get one.
I've been talking about getting new hair products for so long, and I finally know someone personally, yay, who sells them. So I'm gonna definitely be on the lookout.
That's awesome. Make sure, tell us again where we can find that product.
Okay. You can order on the website called itsmorethanhair.org, and then you have an option between an 8-ounce and a 16-ounce jar.
Amazing. I cannot wait to try that for my own hair.
Thank you.
I've never been permed or anything like that.
Okay.
Really? No, I haven't.
Wow.
But I want to start with the natural hair thing. Like, I tried to do the Bantu knots.
Oh, yeah.
But it usually doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it's a technique for it.
I'm trying to figure out, I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. You just twist your hair, roll it up, but I don't know, like my curls never turn out right. So I don't know, what do you use to get your?
So I actually don't do Bantu knots. I do flat twist. That's my go-to style.
What's the difference?
So flat twist is just like a French braid, but it's a twist instead of a cornrow.
Scalp,
right on your scalp. Yeah. So that actually, because I have a lot of shrinkage, because I have one of the tightest curl patterns. It stretches my hair. Because my hair tends to be like here when I do
wow.
flat twists. And then I did Bantu knots while I was transitioning, and because transitioning hair
It's the
is really
worst.
messy, it
Yes.
didn't work out, and I actually didn't try it since then. So
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to have to keep that in mind next time I try. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming on. You had a
you.
great interview. Definitely
Thank
make sure to
you.
check out that product. You are watching Shanti here in Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. We'll be back. All right, you're tuned back into Shantiera and Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. Before we go, I wanted to just quickly mention that registration for the Miss Destiny Illinois Scholarship Pageant is still open for one more month. This month is the last month for all of our applications, all of our networking, all of our marketing, because January is when we want to buckle down. We're actually going to look at the place next week. So I'm super excited. It's really nice. I actually was there before for a fashion show. So the place is really nice. I'm super excited. We're going to look at it. We're going to try to get everything, together within this next month. So then that way in January, we can start the entire planning phase. Now we have some girls who are competing and they're already picking out their dresses and stuff. I've had inboxes like, well, is this dress good? What do you think? I'm like, well, I can't really tell you.
Because I didn't even start looking yet.
Yes, we have. No, it's so funny to me because a lot of these girls are super excited. And when they're super excited, it makes us super excited.
Yes. My friend, which is going to be in there, Ashanti.
Yes,
she
I saw
is
that.
so excited because she's won a pageant before.
Really?
So yes, so she has her own title. So I'm really happy for her. I just can't wait. It's going to be my first pageant. I'm really geeked, like a kid in a candy store. I'm so happy.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So make sure if you want to sign up, it's for girls ages 5 through 23. You can sign up on Facebook, Miss Destiny Illinois Scholarship Pageant, and right on the post we have a link to the contestant application. Now every contestant will receive a crown and sash that they can use out into their communities because we want people to be in their communities. That's the whole goal. So you can use that to make appearances, do volunteer work, etc. Every contestant will get one. And then the overall winner will receive, of course, scholarship money, receive the official crown and sash and trophy. They will receive a photo shoot. They will receive a whole bunch of stuff. We have media appearances, community appearances. When I won my pageant, I was on WGN, ABC7, but I forget at the moment, but I went on a lot of TV and media appearances as well. So it's just a great time to get yourself out there, your business out there, exposure for yourself and for your community platform. So it's really great to have just on your resume, of course, as well, because people, you don't even realize when you win a pageant, like people, especially little girls, they're just so amazed and they look at you like a princess. I was doing a photo shoot at a mall once and a little girl's dad came to me and he's like, take a picture with you. She said she just saw a real life princess. So like these little girls love seeing.
So good.
Yes, it does, and it makes you feel like you're doing something and you're making a difference. Yes. Exactly. So if you've never competed in a pageant before, we have about 80% of our contestants have never competed in a pageant before. So you do not have to be seasoned in pageantry at all. It's really just a time for you to show off your talents and your skills. So if you are interested in competing, again, you can sign up on Facebook at Miss Destiny Illinois Scholarship Pageant. We had a great show today. Make sure you check out that natural hair care product, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Thank y'all for watching Shantiera and Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio.